Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Mark back in the workshop on Mark's Aquatics. Right, I thought I would give you another update on these little tiny baby newts. Now, they've just started to hatch, which is absolutely fantastic news. If you look on the back, right about there, you'll see one which has just hatched not long, and I saw him wriggling around in the leaves, and then he popped out and he stuck himself up there on the glass, which they tend to do, like little fry from fish. And what they're going to be doing now is just absorbing the rest of that little yolk sac which they've got, and then they're going to start mooching around for food. Once they've just got a little bit stronger, they'll start wriggling their little tails and they'll be off mooching around in them leaves, looking for infusoria, looking for daphnia, looking for all kinds of baby brine shrimps and things which I've been hatching out and putting in there. Now, I've taken the ones that I took out in the start, I've got in a pot just to the side of me, and what I've also done is taken every other day, I think it was, or maybe every other few days, I've been taking pictures of the eggs for you. Okay, so if you keep watching, I'll put that on shortly, and then you'll see them go from egg and that little transformation just like a tadpole, and you'll see that graduation through. There's quite a few up there. I'll take you out the tripod in a minute and we can have a look. A little bit of reflection there. Hello, hello. Sorry about that. But there's quite a few up in amongst the plants there still which haven't hatched out, which have just got little tails. I can see one in the sponge filter over there, and there's a few lurking around on the leaves because they lay them on the leaves as well, and there's some in the branches down here as well we'll have a look at, which is starting to come on quite well. Obviously they're laid every other day or different times when we add them all in here, so they're hatching at different times. So we've got some which are just starting, some are just out, and it's varying slightly like that. So but what I think I'll do now is I'll take you out the tripod and we'll have a look under some other brighter lights at some of these little tiny newts. I think they're fantastic little guys. Okay guys, I've managed to get a nice little close up there. Look at that, lovely little stripes. You can see those little feathery gills which are just poking out the side, each side of the head, just like an axolotl, if you're familiar with those little guys. And that's how they breathe underwater. And obviously with salamanders and all things like that, those shrink away as they get older, and then they'll leave the water later on at the end of the summer. But there's a couple I've just put in here. Where's the other little guy? He may have motored off somewhere. Oh, he's down this side. Bear with me a minute. There he is, down there. Super tiny, but very, very cute little guys, I must admit. Look at that. See if I can get in any closer before it goes out of focus. You can see their little eyes on each side there, and they've got quite a big mouth for such a small little tiny thing. And if you look there, I've actually been putting some freshly hatched brine shrimps in there. There's a little brine shrimp there, look. Now you can see how small that is. There's a couple in there, and obviously they're gonna, once those egg sacs are used up, they're going to go straight for these little brine shrimps and start gobbling them up and starting to put on a little bit of weight, which is going to be nice. But now they've hatched and you've seen them in all their little glory. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them back into the main tank and let them grow out in there, because these ones have hatched out perfectly in the container that they're in. I've just transferred these guys to another container because it was a little bit clearer and it took the light through the side of the container a little bit better. So, but look at that, absolutely fabulous little things, aren't they? Look at that. Well, there you go guys, I've managed to get even closer now. You can see those gills a little bit clearer. Wonderful little things. What I'm going to do is that I'm actually going to transfer them all now with a very, very small pipette, and I'm going to put them all into here, and then I'll put the big lights back on in the main tank and I'll let them go in, and you can see them swim out into their home for the summer before we release them back into the wild at the end of the summer. So bear with me, I'll get back to you in a second, okay? Right, that's all done. I've got the little guys in the pot. I think we had 5 hatch out in total, so I'll just put those just under the water now and hopefully you'll see them swim out. Here comes one. There he goes. swimming all the way down. You've got to watch when you do this, guys, that they don't stick to the side of the pot. You can see the rest of them there just hanging in the water, and they'll slowly start coming out. Here they go, into their new homes, and down they float. Don't worry, they're not dead. They've still got their little yolk sacs on. Some are more active than others. Some of them are a little bit more further ahead, like I said, in development. So but they're all going to find their homes. They're just going to stick onto the leaves now, and then hopefully with all the little bugs and things that I'm going to be putting on, in the water, then they're going to start feeding on those as well. So that's fantastic. You can see some orange on the side there, and that's a towel I've got over my door. So I'm wearing a black t-shirt, so I'm trying to block it out so you get a clearer picture. Okay, look at that. That's fantastic stuff. Right, what I'll do now is I will put the footage on for you with the eggs, and you can see that very, very slow transformation over the last couple of weeks, 2 to 3 weeks I think it is, when we did this one, before they hatched out. Okay. Okay guys, I said I'd give you some close-ups of the eggs also in the tank as well, and there's some on the log there. If you look right in front of you there, you can see some of them a little bit more covered up than others, but you can see the little embryo in there hatching away slowly. Sorry, not hatching away, growing away there slowly on that log. And you could just remember when they were coupling up together and they were walking along, and that's what she'll do. She'll got those little sticky little eggs there, and she'll stick them over the plants, all over the leaves and different things, and wrap them up in little packages on the plants as well. There's another one up here, if I go up further, right there as well. A little bit of, try and get a bit closer for you. You may see it move inside that egg. There's a little bit of fluff or something which has got into the tank there. I think it's a bit of my workbench fibre which has got in there off the carpet, but I won't touch that now because it's been stuck to that as well, so I'll end up pulling it off. So I'll just leave that for the time being, I think. There's another one I'll show you up here, actually. Not there. It's hard to work out where these things are. Ah, there you go. You can see that one there, which has been wrapped up. You can't actually see it, but there is a little egg right in amongst that as well. And another one I've seen. Lots and lots of little wildlife bits floating around in there as well. There's another one behind there, right in the centre of the shot, buried in amongst the plants. Another one there, in amongst that. So we've got quite a few really, which are still going to come out later on. And there's another one there, look at that. You can just see his little tail curled around, and it won't be long. That one's nearly about to hatch. And you'll see him in he'll give a quick couple of little wriggles, and he'll burst his way out through that little jelly case, and he'll be free out and swimming around with his little mates, which is going to be fantastic. Anyway guys, I hope you like that little quick update on the little newts and how they're coming along. As you can see there, right in front of you, middle of the screen, you can see one more little egg there which she's wrapped up in that little bit of plant life down there as well. A little bit of dwarf sage, I think that is. It was left in there from when I was keeping a few shrimp in here as well. So it's still growing even in the colder water. Fantastic stuff. I've got a couple of little seed shrimps and things buzzing around in there. They're all going to become fair game for the newts as they grow up. But with all the leaves and different things in here, it's going to be fantastic because there's all little types of little worms and creatures on the wood. You can see things drifting past, the odd little daphnia which is still in there. I'll put a few more in there as well because they're going to live off the bacteria on the leaves and things. So it's going to be it's going to be like a McDonald's for them in there as they get a little bit older. And it's going to be interesting for me and for you to watch these little guys grow up before we let them go. Anyway guys, as always, you're all stars. Thanks a lot for tuning in and watching this little update Everyone's looking happy, everyone's healthy, paludarium's settling in lovely, all the little minnows are settling in great, and we'll do another tidy length video on that shortly as things progress. But until then, look after yourselves, love you loads, take care, and I'll see you on the next episode of Mark's Aquatics. Bye for now.